Hello guys, Nintendo Capri Sun here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Plants vs. Zombies. In the last episode, we just got up to level 2-1 adventure, and we recorded, and then it turned out we weren't recording, so I had to play back up to this point again, so that better not happen again, that's all I can say. So in the last episode, we got introduced to the night levels, which I do believe I've shown this dialogue already, so here we are. Your most important flowers in this level will be sunflower and mushroom, and you could pretty much finish most of these levels just with these two flowers alone. But since we have sunflowers, we might as well get something to purchase with them, so I'm actually going to keep it down pretty low here, probably, it's between a pea shooter and a walnut. I think I'll go with a walnut. Now, notice I don't have any pea shooters out here at all. Anything of any kind to shoot with. Well, that's where the puff-shrooms come in. These cost 0 sunshine, as you can see, so that makes them pretty practical for the night levels where you won't be getting sun coming down from the sky, so you have to rely solely on your sunflowers for all of your sun. But just one sunflower alone isn't going to generate enough for you to do very much with, so now I could put one of these out right now, but then that means I would have to wait a whole nother cycle for the next sun to produce. And I don't want to do that. I want to get out the second sunflower as soon as I possibly can. So I'm going to go ahead and hold off on that, because see how long it took to get that out? I would have had to wait that entire amount of time all over again before I got my second sunflower out, and that's not good. Right away, your biggest priority has to be the sun, especially in these night levels where, as I said before, you're not getting it from the sky. You have to find some other way to pick it up and get it in there. Even with 2 sunflowers, as you can see, it's taking time, you know, to get out the sun for the third one. So once you get like 5 or 6 of them, then you should be okay. But I would still recommend going up to at least 7 or 8 on these levels. So that's probably what we're gonna do. We also have gravestones in these night levels, which are, at some point later in the level, zombies will start to rise from the grave, so they'll start at that point on the level instead of starting back here. And that can cause problems later on. If you have something really powerful behind the gravestone, the zombie won't be affected by it. And I'm being a slacker with the everything here, so you gotta watch this, because, you know, these mushrooms are free, but they're not that useful. And they can only do so much. They do enough, you know, to take out the zombies for enough time for you to get some sun established, but still, it takes quite a few, you know, of them. Like right now I got like 6 or 7 of them out there. I should probably have a lot more than that, but I haven't really been watching very closely. So these ones with the newspapers, you always want to try to keep at least 2 mushrooms ahead of them, so that, you know, so that when they go crazy, he's probably going to get that first mushroom. Yeah, he is. But we got him before he caused any serious damage, so that's good. And we're starting to build up enough sun now to start putting out some real defense here, but I want to hold off for just a little bit longer. As you see, the mushroom charges up fairly quickly. I'm going to go ahead and take this one out of here because I don't need it there. That's taking up sunflower space. But you can see it recharges fairly fast, so it's not too hard to get a pretty good arsenal of these things going. And as I said before, the mushrooms alone could potentially carry you through the level. Like, I could pretty much finish this level and not use anything else. So they may have made them a little too powerful, but I don't know. Here we go. See how they're coming out of their graves now? So they got a little bit of a head start on going across the yard. So, make sure you pick up your money too, because you'll be needing that later. There'll be things that you can buy with that money, like more slots for one thing. So, and also upgrades to certain other kinds of flowers that you'll be picking up later, which can be very useful. I'm gonna go and drop this right here. That's not looking too good, and now we're done with that level already, so that wasn't too bad at all. So we have a new plant. This is a sun shroom, gives small sun at first and normal sun later. I'm not really a big fan of them. Hey, you collected 280 in coins so far, and you collect 750, I'll sell you something really neato. I'm sure you will, mister. So, just for the sake of showing it, I will show them, but I don't use them very often, because it gets to a point where these spaces become so valuable, you have to put something in there that you can use. And, you know, whatever it happens to be, we'll go with the repeater this time. Just to try to keep things a little bit fresh here. So go ahead and start packing out your arsenal and get yourself packed, man. Get yourself strapped. Okay, so these are only 25. You can put out one with your first sun, which may not be a bad idea. Because they will put out sun of their own. It's not as much sun as the sunflowers, though. It's only 15, where the sunflowers are 25. But it's better than... I mean, if it was 10, maybe that would be a problem, but 15 is actually pretty decent. So every 4 that they put out, or well, I don't know what the least common multiple of those two numbers is, but we better get a mushroom out here and stop being lazy here. That mushroom is going to get eaten. Put him out a little too close to the zombie. Gulp. That one should get him. So make sure you put out your sunflowers as ASAP. I mean, if you have to choose between a sunflower and a sunshroom, I would recommend putting out a sunflower, because ultimately that's what you're building towards. And the thing with the sunshrooms is eventually they grow bigger and start to put out the same sun as a sunflower would. So, and they're cheaper, so they may be worth it if you can handle not having a lot of sun early in the stage, which obviously, you know, with the mushrooms, that's not a problem, because the mushrooms don't cost anything. So, or the puff-shrooms, whatever you want to call them. Be puffing on the shrooms, right? Plus, you have 2 different slots here charging up, so that's less time to wait when you have enough sun to get something. Let's go do this. Yeah, that's a cone head right there, so that's going to be a wee bit of a problem, but yeah, we're pretty much set on sun once I put this last one down, so... I must admit, these are actually doing better than I expected. I mean, we're getting some sun here. And, I don't have much for emergencies here. I want to put something down just to keep him busy. Like this. I mean, he'll eat it before he gets a chance to spawn. But just keep putting stuff down there in front of him to slow him down. I could use a cherry bomb, but that's way too expensive. And look at this, we got a newspaper guy. He just went through my mushrooms before I even realized it. And that's not going to work. Mister, you have got to go. So it caught me off guard a little bit there, but, you know, like I said, with the cone heads, you want at least 3 mushrooms to stop them, because 2 won't be enough. I don't think they would. Here we go. See, this one's growing up now, and eventually the others will, in kind as well. We'll go and throw out a repeater here, so that way we don't have to keep using the mushrooms. Although it's never a bad idea if you have the space for them to go ahead and put a mushroom out somewhere, just to have it there, so, you know, you have something firing on the zombies to do some damage. And we're slowly accruing... Ah, there we go. That's pretty good. So we'll go and throw another mushroom out here. You see the cone head, there was 3 mushrooms. We actually got to one of them. So that was kind of a problem, but what are you gonna do? Ah, I shouldn't have put that so close, but he's already lost his arm, so... Yeah, he's good. That one's good. We need some more defense on the middle row here. What are we gonna do? Well, he's almost dead, so just let it go. We're gonna dig that up. Put a repeater in there instead. Tempted to build more sunflowers, but okay, let's just see how 2 mushrooms does against the cone head. Hypothetically, you know. I guess 2 is enough to take out a mushroom or a cone head, but as you can see, he still ate one of them, so. But by now, all of the mushrooms have grown up now, so we're generating enough sun to put out some pretty... And these are repeaters, which are 200, so it's good that we're able to put this many out. Because maybe normally you wouldn't be able to, I don't know. Speaking of which, since I said earlier that I actually had to re-record this because I forgot to start the recording last time. Well, I did a test recording last time, and then I turned it off. And then when I started the actual game, I didn't start the recording again, so I'm still mad at myself. So in the process of playing back to this level again, I actually got another achievement that I didn't have originally. It was called Exploder or something. Some kind of... I guess you kill a certain number of enemies with a cherry bomb, you get that achievement. Explodinator. I don't remember what it was called. I could look it up in the list maybe in a little bit here. So, as you can see now, we got the repeaters up. There's nothing to worry about. We could put out more mushrooms, but what's the point? It's not worth the work. We'll take care of this guy with the cherry bomb here. Just because they're too much of a pain in the ass to deal with. And here comes another wave, so let's put a potato mine out. Why not? Picked it for a reason, right? We'll put some mushrooms out. We got room for another repeater. We'll do that. Eventually, you will get a plant that will enable you to get rid of these gravestones, which can be pretty useful. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Let's see, where's the bucket head gonna show up? I want to wait and see where the bucket head is before I put out the repeater. Okay, he's right there. We already got 2 there. So we'll just put it there. Because we already got enough for another one as soon as it recharges, and as I said, the repeaters recharge pretty fast, so we'll go ahead and set this row up here. We'll finish this guy off here, just because we feel like it, and we'll set that right there. You know, just have fun, do random stuff. Well, I think that's what I said before. I have a terrible habit of not clicking on my money when I'm, like, just not watching for it. So I'm going to try to be a little better about that this time, but then again, there's so much to watch out for in this game, you just never know. Throw out another repeater. Even as I was watching myself back, there were times I could have put out a sunflower and I didn't do it for like 10 or 15 seconds, and like that can matter. So as you see now, we're doing pretty much 4 damage for each, you know, turn here, where a pea shooter, Peter Eater would only be doing 1, so these can make quick work of zombies in a very short amount of time. And my commentary blows for this episode, I don't know. These night stages are not my favorite ones, really, to deal with, and there will be more. But, you know, night stages, quite frankly, they put me to sleep. And that was probably the intention, but oh well. Boom, see how many zombies you can take out with that? And there you go, we're done. So this new flower here is called... You got a new plant. I should say new plant, not new flower. This is a fume shroom. Shoots fumes that can pass through screen doors. In all honesty, I'm not a big fan of it. It's too expensive, for one thing. It's just not worth the sun that it takes to build it, and it gets eaten just as fast as anything else. It's really not any more powerful than a puff-shroom is, except that it can pass through and hit several zombies at once with its attack. But for the sake of showing it, I will. And with only 6 slots, as you can see, this starts to get crowded up here, and you start having to sacrifice some things you might have had last time you're not going to have this time. We'll throw out... Well, we'll do the plant/rock thing for this level, since that's fun. Oh, we put all the graves on 1 row here. That could either be really good or really bad. I guess it depends. I almost wonder if putting 2 sun shrooms out with that first 50 wouldn't be a better idea. We'll go ahead and put 1 out, just to have something there. So once again, we're starting all over again, so we're going to have to rely on mushrooms for our preliminary defense till we get everything else established here. And it's a lucky thing they give you these, it really is, because when you have no sun, there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can do. It would be funny to try to play this without the mushrooms, which I'm sure it could be done. I'm sure there's probably people who've done that as a challenge or something. I might even try to do it myself without the mushrooms at least once, just to see if I can. Oh, I should put this out. And I'll put that there. Very somber music for the night levels. While I'm inside sleeping, I gotta protect my... Well, I'm not sleeping, I'm planting plants, man. Jeez, man. And mushrooms about to recharge, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on your sunflower, too, for when that recharges, or when this recharges, or when anything recharges. You don't really have to watch the zombies too closely if you're happy enough with your defense, then just let it do its job and trust it, so you don't miss out on something more important you should be doing back here. There's the screen door zombies. Now these guys are tough. Those screen doors take a long time to knock out. So we can actually do this right here, and as you see, it does damage to the actual zombie. The zombie's flashing white. So anything that flashes white is taking damage, so... And I think once he loses his arm, he loses the door. I'm not sure. No? Oh, okay, it killed him. Alright, great. Well, that actually worked out pretty good then, I must say. Well, I was watching that screen door zombie and not paying attention to what I was doing over here. I could go ahead and start building up some stuff out here, but... This is why I don't like these, because he's not going to do a thing to that guy. And that guy's going to eat him. because it's really no more damage than a normal mushroom is, even if I put another mushroom out behind it to help out, and boom, he's gone. And boom, I'm in trouble here. Need to be putting out more mushrooms. Except I keep forgetting. This is what happens, though. You start playing this level and you just stop paying attention to what's happening, and next thing you know, boom, you're in trouble, and you don't even realize it's happened. It just kind of sneaks up on you. And I'm sure it's been obvious to you guys for the last 45 seconds that I was in trouble, and yet I was doing nothing. But, yeah, what can I say? There we go, that should be good. Yeah, so I guess those sunshrooms aren't too bad. I don't know. They're proving to be pretty useful for me right now, as I can... Oh, we got a lot of zombies on this bottom row here. Let's see, what can we do? What can we do? See, I don't have any pea shooters in this round. So let's go ahead and put one of these right here. Now these mushrooms actually have an upgrade that you can buy. Some plants will have upgrades to them that you can buy, where basically what you do is... crap. Let's see if we can. Good, we stalled it. And you can tell he's doing damage to the walnut and not this plant, because the walnut is the one that's flashing and I'm not paying attention. And he just got my sunshroom. And he just got my other sunshroom. Okay, so let's go ahead and show what happens when they get to the end of the thing. I'll just let him go. Gulp. See, we have enough for a... Oh man, I was hoping you would eat the one with the screen door. There we go. That'll keep him busy. Well, look at that. We missed 2 rows right there. Not even paying attention. Anyway, they get to the end, the lawnmower runs them over, but after that, the lawnmower's not there. So you'll have no defense for that row if they get through again. But sometimes, and I'm not saying this is a good idea, but sometimes it's not a bad idea to just let them through instead of trying to expend large amounts of sun on flowers to keep them busy. Because sometimes it's just plain not worth it. And there's nothing for me to do to get rid of this guy. Except to dig this up and put this right here. There. That works. Yeah, that bottom row was a problem because I had 3 gravestones on there. And speaking of gravestones, this is the plant that eats the gravestones. So, why don't we show that? Hey, you want to buy an extra seed slot? It'll cost you $7.50. That definitely sounds good. And you save up to 5,000, he'll sell you the 8 seed slot upgrade. Seed slot upgrade. But this is World 2.5, is it not? That we're about to go to? Let me get back to the main menu here. No, this is 2.4. Okay, we got one more level to do. Still, at least I get to show this. What I'm planning on doing, because that last video from World 1.6 to 1.10, it ended up taking, like, a long time to publish that video. Or, I mean, the video ended up being 30 minutes long, and I hadn't planned on that. So what I'm going to do is try to do fewer levels in each video here, if I can. I decided to leave out the sunshrooms this time, and get some more hardened defensive stuff here, along with maybe a few potato mines, just to bring up the rear. But it's going to cost us in sunshine for a little bit early on, so we've got to pay attention to those mushrooms. Again, try to resist the temptation to put it out just because it's lit up. Because it'll cost you a whole other round of sun. You'll be sitting here waiting for that sun to generate. And that's the biggest problem with these night levels, is just trying to manage your sun or try to generate something to use. Even when you have 2 flowers, you still want to hold out, because see, we're still waiting for the next one, because they only come out once every several seconds. Nope, well, you got that mushroom. Well, that's it for that sheet. Used to be so stupid on my tapes. Like, when I used to make my tapes, you know, sometimes I would make lists of stuff to talk about, because I couldn't think of anything to talk about on the tapes. So what I would do is, like, I'd keep a piece of paper with me at school, and anytime I thought of something in the middle of the day that I wanted to talk about on the tape that night, I would write it down on a list. But anytime I was making the tapes, I was always trying to go out of my way not to sound like I was using a list. So then this one tape, I just said screw it, and I said, well, that's it for that sheet. Just gave it away that I was using a list. Well, that's it for that sheet. I don't know. This guy's gonna get pretty far here. These guys are both getting far. Those javelin guys, I tell you, I hate them. Can't stand these effers. Yeah, I thought maybe that would be enough. Now that thing's mostly eaten right there. He took quite a few bites out of that. And that does account for something. If a zombie takes like 3 seconds to eat a plant, and one zombie spends 2 seconds eating it, that means the next zombie only has to eat it for 1 second to finish it off. The plant will still be functional, but, you know, it only has so much life. And I need to be planting sunflowers. What am I doing? Let's go ahead and get rid of some of these graves here, too. Yeah, the grave plant pretty much counts as any other plant, and it can be eaten just like any other plant can. So don't plant one right in front of a zombie, or else the zombie will eat it before it gets a chance to remove the grave, so... yeah. Is this zombie gonna go down here, or not? I was concerned about the... ooh, jeez. Put that there, put this here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that grave right there before the next round starts. I suppose it's time to finally start. So, you know, I kind of screwed up on this one because I got chompers, but I don't have walnuts to put in front of them, so... I think a chomper is going to be more of a last resort item, like the cherry bomb. That I can just put in front of something to eat it if I need to get rid of it. Otherwise, it's mostly going to be mushrooms in this round. We could use repeaters too, though. So, as long as we got them there, I mean, we picked them, we might as well use them. And keep building up the money. Occasionally, once in a while, it doesn't happen too often, but once in a while, they'll actually drop a plant itself. And you can use that, you can plant that in a thing called the Zen Garden, which is actually in the options menu. And if you go there and you water your plants there, they'll drop money for you. Oops. You can get back up there. Just lost it for a second there. Okay, well, you guys are proving to be a little bit of a problem here. I just farted. Yeah. Like you really wanted to hear that. Go ahead and finish that off if you can. He was going really slow. I guess he goes really slow without his javelin, and we better do something about this guy. I guess a plant with a repeater behind it is not a bad idea either, as long as you keep the plant fairly far up the mix. Because most zombies won't last past the repeater, so chances are it won't be too often that one comes here, so you'll be able to eat him if, you know, if one of them does get past. And if a few of them get past, well, then you better have something, you know, like a cherry bomb ready to just take them out. So, there's that. This game is just so relaxing. Like, I've literally fallen asleep while playing this game, just sitting up. It's just ridiculous. So hopefully that doesn't happen here. Do not eat my repeater. Whatever you do, thank you. Dig this up. Make room for another one. So yeah, once we get to 200 sun and put out that last repeater, we're pretty much good to go. We could put out another mushroom here just to get this guy off his javelin. Which is not a bad idea, but as I said before, they have no HP with the javelin than they do without it, so they just have a lot more speed. So that's why you still want to get rid of it early if you can. Screw you guys! Radio, screw them, I mean, not you. Not you who's watching the video, I wasn't talking to you. So, screen door. Suppose we could slip a potato mine in the mix here. Finish up these graves too while we're at it. The graves often do drop money, so that's always good. Figures you dig up a grave, you get money. It's like, geez, I'm not a grave robber, jeez, man. Yeah, that Spudo worked out pretty well. Potato mine. These javelin guys are just going after that top row. Let's do a double take here. That actually served a double purpose. It got rid of the grave and it made him jump over it. He didn't need to do that, but like I said, it treats them as any other plant, so he jumped over it and worked out to my favor. And we're just about to the final wave here, and man, just about to the end of this video. God, what terrible commentary, man! Such a great game, and I'm trashing it with this crap commentary. Jeez, man. And you know, in the first take of this, the commentary wasn't that great in that one either. I don't know, maybe it's just this level. I don't know. A huge wave of zombies is approaching. Well, let's get ready to nail them then. We got plenty of help here. Plenty of backup plans if we need, you know, whatever. Let's get rid of this guy here. That's where the mushrooms can become useful, is just getting rid of this stupid crap. Or even just getting zombies like this. You have these two that are kind of far apart and you want to get them closer together. You can put a mushroom out so that while the first one's eating it, the second one's still walking. And it catches up to the other one. And we're going to eat two. And that does it. We've got the almanac. Which actually is an option in the main menu, but we'll take a look at that. Probably in the next video, because, oh, well, it shows you right here. And you got all your plants right here. And whatever else. Ever play a game called Whack-A-Zombie? It's just like hunting squirbos. You know, those furry little rodents that dig holes in your lawn? Just like that, but instead of squirbos, it's zombies. And instead of a shovel, it's a mallet. And instead of me, it's you! Ha 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 ha! Well, guess what, guys? We're going to the menu, and we will be doing that next time. Here on Let's Play Plants vs. Zombies. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you next time.